All right. Well, hello, and welcome to the show, everybody. Very, very happy to have you here. I am Chester C. Busby III, and we are at Comics News Today. And I got my stuff here sitting on the other side, so let me bring that over. We got,
Comic News today.
yeah,
Sorry, I got
um, uh,
excited.
but we have, of course, our news to get to today, and keep in mind that we have our links down below, particularly for Fan Speak over on Facebook. We'd love for you guys to come over and join that if you haven't been part of that, uh, because we're seeing that grow and become bigger and bigger, and that's really cool. And I've lost a Denali Llama, but I've got a Todd, so I'm really happy about that. Hello, Todd.
How are you? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing great. Haven't seen you in a while. You've been working your butt off, huh?
Oh yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
good,
about
man.
8 more pages to do, and that's it.
Awesome.
Great to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you guys know that Todd is the winner of the Graveyard Shift 2, and he's been working on that. And he's also part of the Tales from Beyond the Gate, as well as his own project. So he's a busy, busy boy. And glad to hear you're coming along, getting near to the end of that. Unlike other people we know in the community who don't get their stuff done, here Todd is working on his stuff. So good
I'm
on you,
sorry.
dude. Oh, yes. And we got it. We got Denali back. How you doing, Denali?
I'm doing fantastic. Just settling back in. Had a
Awesome.
sneezing fit, so
Oh
I
well,
had to
that's not
step
good. We
off.
don't want you sneezed yourself right off the chat, man.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen that happen. That's pretty impressive. Damn.
Yep.
All right. And of course, we're also joined by the chairman himself, Mr. DeWolf. How you doing, dude?
Hey, you doing all right? Yeah, fair warning. I've only got a part of the time to be here today, as normal.
Oh, that's okay. Today is a very tight. I mean, we usually try to keep it to about an hour, but sometimes we go a little bit over. But we won't be doing that today because, of course, coming up in at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Jordan Recorded Fan Edition right here on this channel, and we're going to be that's a lot of fun. But so we're going to keep this to a nice tight hour, and then I have to go prepare the other show, and that'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys all come over and join us with that. Keep in mind that. Of course, hitting that subscribe button if you haven't, and that like button is extremely useful and appreciated by us. But hitting that share button is the most important thing to do. It lets everybody, your family and your friends and your extended community know what's going on, so they come over and join us. And that's what we want. The more, the merrier. And please. Do not be shy. Throw your chats over to us. Say hello. Give us your opinions. Yell at us if you'd like. I'll blame Denali. It's okay. Unfortunately for Denali, Booster is a sleepy boy. He has a nighttime job now, so he doesn't come in. And of course, he's always sleepy. He never wants to come in before the fan edition anyway. So we're definitely not going to see Booster today. But I can't blame him, so I have to blame Denali. It's your
Oh,
fault. I
is
apologize.
that who we pick on?
That is right.
Oh,
It's the caste
Oh my
system here,
god.
from
Oh my
Booster
god.
to Denali. It
Oh
goes
my
kind of like
god.
that.
I see how that. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
all right, guys. Well, let's move it in. We got a good group of people here, and we appreciate you guys all for joining us. We see, of course, Roger and Vailnit and Joshua and McCrank from Norway, even. Sounds like I scared him a little bit with my intro music. We got Night Pope. Nice. How would those tests go? And we got Thundoro. For some reason, he's sitting over there in chat. He's not over here yelling at you all from this side. He usually enjoys that.
yeah. I'll keep the seat warm till I leave, and then you can come in.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, let me come over here and get us ready, and I will start our news right out. And we do have some
There's big
interesting
news.
stories today, actually. So let's get right
There's
to
big
this.
news.
It is.
I'm so excited.
It's it's not all bad news as usual. But we got some interesting things here. This right here is worrisome. But Denali, introduce this one, man.
All right. Brian Singer dropped from Red Sonja. Bridget Nelson wants female director for Red Sonja.
Mm. Well, the Brian Singer thing is not surprising. We knew this was going to happen. Bridget Nielsen is the more interesting part of this article, actually, and she wants a female director. Now, I'm curious, do you really want a female director for a Red Sonja, though? I mean, if you're doing some kind of drama or some kind of something that has a very female, sensibility, I get wanting to have a female director, but Red Sonja is eye candy. It's Conan with boobs. I mean, that's what it is, right? So, I mean, wouldn't you rather have a male that is going to make something that men like? Because that's what it is. You're not going to have a ton of women say, "Oh God, I love Red Sonja." No, it's just not the way it works.
No,
Yeah.
no. Give me. I can go along with this idea. Here's the big word that I have a problem with in this particular headline,
Mhm.
and that is the word wants. You shouldn't want a specific kind of anything. You should want a director, if anything. So maybe female. I mean, female is not really the wrong thing here. I would say
No.
would suggest maybe that'd be cool if he was a female director. And of course, right now we're all a little bit tense and on edge due to the fact that we've seen so much of this female stuff
Yep.
that's being driven a certain way, and it turns out bad.
It does.
Because I've also seen other female directors and female-led concepts that are really good. So if it's a female director who also maybe has a good male assistant who is going to give her the actual, appropriate, male concepts to throw in there,
Mhm.
and maybe a writer, right? Give me a male writer or some writers that give me a good world layout and a
Well,
story. Then a female director is not going to be that big of a problem.
well, you need a good editor because the movie, as I mentioned before, is done 3 times: the writing, the directing, and then the editing. And
Mhm.
you always have to deal with studio interference, when you're doing these productions. So even if it's a good writer, if you don't have a good team that trusts, your judgment, they're gonna end up, messing it up, making unnecessary changes,
Mhm.
and lowering the quality. So you have to be cognizant of that as well.
Yeah, cinematographer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, you think about the original Conan. Actually, it did have great cinematography. Actually, Oscar Fair Tosspot says get a European male director. Yeah, I mean this is a little bit different. Like if you're doing a different type of female lead show, like say She-Ra. Now She-Ra was designed specifically for to try to attract young girls to the He-Man toy line. They were trying to get a hold of that. It wasn't for the boys. It was literally created for the girls. And there is a fan base for She-Ra. So if you're making a She-Ra film and you're bringing in a female director for that, mom, it's probably a good idea. I mean, maybe. We know a man could do it, but a female might bring better sensibility. But this is not what Red Sonja is. I mean, Bridget Nielsen is never. I mean, I didn't have a problem with her in the role, but the only reason it was cool because Arnold was in it, dude. Right? I mean, otherwise, who would have watched it? And that's why he was in the movie, because otherwise, no one's going to go see Bridget Nielsen in
And
some.
why does her Hollywood opinion even matter? When's the
It
last movie
doesn't.
she made?
It doesn't. Although I'm calling foul because truth in advertising. These are very nice. These ones, not the same. Do better.
Yeah.
But no, Red Sonja
So
particularly, it really needs a male sensibility because of what it is. It is a TNA thing. So
Night Pope, for instance, says that Wonder Woman was okay, but it was a guy who wrote it.
yeah,
And I think you can collaborate. You can get men and women on this. I think the important
you
part is
can.
here.
Yeah.
How about wanting a director with vision? It doesn't matter what you are, as long as you understand the vision of the world and bringing Red Sonja the way she needs to be brought to the screen. Period.
Yeah, well, I think it's about understanding who your market is, right? With Wonder
Yeah,
Woman
yeah,
has always been a feminist icon, but they've always kept her subtle in that, so that that they didn't push the men away. So Wonder Woman having is fine. It's totally different situation. Red Sonja is not Wonder Woman in at all, right?
yeah. There's some
But
women that understand the
there
male
are some,
world and know how to
yeah.
bring to males what they want to see, though.
Oh, Valen says the
Right.
hair is a lot
They
worse as
usually
well.
take ones
That's what
and
I was
20s.
talking about, Valen. What do you think I was talking about? Sorry, I couldn't let that joke go. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. right. I did ask
the
question
joke
to
killed
no.
it. You're,
Yeah, I know. I'm
you're,
sorry. I did ask question
yeah.
to Night Pope, and she answered. So I didn't. I don't think I did well on the math, but I do think I did a good job on my English essay. Happy, sweet. Well, I hope you did well on your English essay. I mean, it is your language, unless you're a French Canadian or something, which then I'd apologize. But yeah, math. Yeah, math's rough. It just depends on who you are. I know when I didn't have a lot of trouble with math in school. I think my class that I had the toughest one was like humanities and things like that. I didn't. Those are my my weakest classes, I guess.
Well, math is like another language, and once you know the pattern
It's true. It
and
is.
of it, then it becomes easier.
It
And
is
if you,
You're
true.
losing me. You're
No,
losing
it
me.
is.
I want to get
He's
back to
very
Red
true.
Sonja.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway, go. But yeah, Red Sonja, absolutely.
yeah,
Nick W says, "Do better." Chester Buster Busby, 2019. You got that right.
yes, do better.
Vision. That's all I want. I want a director with vision.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Well, there's
just
no visions right now. It's all
no.
about the Benjamins. That's
Well,
That's
it's
one
true.
because they stopped using
congresswoman said.
hallucinogenics, but I digress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and in truth, it doesn't really matter the gender, or excuse me, I should use the word sex of the person making the film, as long as they understand who their audience is, which is the point I'm trying to make. It would be easier because a guy knows what a guy likes, but there's plenty of women that could do this movie just fine, dude. Absolutely. Yeah. But it's just this typical. These female actresses can't help but joining in the "Me Too," "I stand with her," or whatever is the thing.
Yeah, and Todd says, "Who's
Yeah.
Brigitte Nelson?" So
Oh, there you go. Who's
Right?
Brigitte? Yeah. She was Sylvester Stallone's hottie wife for a while. I guess she was a hottie. People kept telling me
Yeah,
she
I
was
know who she
pretty.
was. I know who she was.
okay, moving on.
And Rebel says
Yeah.
he stands with Brad. Dude, we all stand with Brad. Of course we do. Absolutely.
Rebel.
Brad is
Yeah,
part of fan
well, I
speak.
got something to say about that tomorrow.
Oh, do you? Well,
Mhm.
why tomorrow?
Because that's when I do things like that.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Why? What's going on with Brad? Did I miss him?
Oh, it's just
Yes,
silly stuff in the. It just. Ugh.
it
Well,
doesn't mean anything.
no, just nonsense stuff. Go ahead. Now, this one is a very interesting little story here. This is from the Hollywood Reporter, so you know it must be genuine. But
Right.
well, Denali, please tell us about this kindly old Jew man. He's so sweet, kindly looking man.
So this gentleman is Peter Hoffman, and if that name rings a bell, it's because he's been a producer for a lot of '80s films that a lot of us has grown up and watched
Mm.
in the '80s. So that's why he's kind of important. But he's also important because he when he first began the business, he didn't start the business as a producer. He started out as a lawyer,
Mm.
becoming a producer who knew about tax laws and, you know, getting through what needs to be done because these films unfortunately cost money. They're in an industry on themselves. So any little bit of things, you know, helps a lot. What's going on is there was a production company back in the 80s that kind of shut down after a while. And I believe that production company is Kuroko Pictures.
Carl Pictures, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, as I mentioned, they made Total Recall, Terminator, Basic Instincts, and then kind of out of business due to bankruptcy in the 90s. Well, 2004, he was found guilty for tax frauds in Louisiana, made an appeal, and now this is going up to the Supreme Court. What this means is if the Supreme Court upholds his conviction of being guilty, that means everything that he's done that Hollywood's been using, you know, for those tax incentives, tax loopholes, are all considered tax fraud, which will significantly change the business of how movies are being made in the United States and throughout.
Oh, it'll have a ripple effect throughout the
Exactly.
business.
Wow.
Exactly. So what that means is that you'll, instead of having a $24.99 film, you'll probably see a $35.95 film, and everything moving up to deal with this new change.
Oh goodness. You know what? I'll pay more, a little more for a film. Just please cut the price of the popcorn and the Coke back.
Oh, that'll never happen. That'll never happen.
Yeah.
Lord.
That stuff is
No,
priceless.
because off topic, the popcorn and soda in the concession says is 100% profit for the movie theaters than the
Mhm.
It's
tickets.
more than that. Oh my god. You want to put more people, you want to bring more people to the movies? Just let them eat for cheaper. It's
You know
popcorn.
what my wife does? She puts stuff in her purse and brings it in like a ninja. Yeah.
Ninja.
Stuff. Ninja.
I digress. Anyway, yeah, ripple effect. Yeah, ripple effect across
Yes.
Hollywood. I didn't think that this particular story was that relevant, but we talk about Hollywood and everything that goes on and the cool sci-fi, pictures and stuff. And
Mm.
you're right. It means that they're going to have to dance and dodge a whole lot more. And I mean, you're already seeing things like a Georgia, I think Georgia Peach Productions,
Right.
where they're trying to move around different places where they're even making movies due
Mhm.
to actors and rights and spreading the workload. Not spreading the workload, giving more people incentives to get hired in different states and all kinds of weird stuff. And what we know that as is socialism. It's government regulations over a business.
Yep.
And you want to see more movies that are good that are coming out. Go ahead and just release the capitalistic beast of Hollywood, and we will see actually good movies again.
Yeah. I see ValeNet over here says Bridget Nielsen, right? Bridget was
Mhm.
Flavor Flav's girlfriend. Well, that's really kind of her to give a cripple a piece. That's nice. I mean, because after all, we all know Flavor Flav had a tick. How's that? How's that? Was that a good one, Duel? You like that one? That was a dad joke. Get it? Tick.
Okay, that was.
Yeah, get it?
Yes. Okay, he did have a
He
tick.
did have a tick. Ha 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 ha! Take that, internet. All right.
Oh boy,
But
Lord,
I
we
should
just
apologize, but I won't.
Lord.
Todd, do you want to add into this? I think they covered it pretty clearly, but this is actual news, folks. This isn't our normal stuff. We're just goofing off. This is real news. Anything,
Yeah.
Todd?
No, I don't really have any. I mean, I don't know if we'll really understand the ramifications until they really start happening. They might,
That's true.
sometimes
Yeah.
we read something not that long ago that supposedly had similar type things that would change the industry, and we haven't heard anything about it since.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. I think it had something to do with international sales or something like that. And we read that and we were like, wow, that could change a lot of things. But, you would think if it were, we'd hear about it sort of daily, the way the news cycle goes.
Mm.
Yeah, just wait till this comes to high profit Indiegogo campaigns.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I
We actually, all joking aside, we've actually seen films be made because of Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Actually, I think the most famous one. Oh, Denali, you gotta help me. What was that kung fu movie that got kickstarted and they made? It was actually a really cool movie. I can't remember. Someone help me in the chat. It was a few
didn't
years
take that
ago. They
good.
made this super macho, goofy martial art fighting film, and it was completely funded on Kickstarter.
Kung Fury.
Kung Fury, yeah, that was awesome though. Come on, that was a really cool thing to be part of, actually. Um,
Kung Fu Hitler's
Hi all,
included.
no notification. Well, YouTube, dude. Yeah, Kung Fury, yeah, that was it. Awesome. All right.
All right.
All right, let's move on to something here. When we talked about that, we did that. I'm gonna do one more, and then we gotta watch a trailer. But
Yes.
let's do this one and keep that other one for later because the other one's fun. Uh, Guy Ritchie is gonna explain something to us. Well, please, Denelli. Guy Ritchie. I mean, he's the
It's
man.
fresh with modern sensibilities and your nostalgic songs.
That sounds horrible.
And Strong Woman.
Yeah. Now,
That was
this,
it. Wow.
thanks, Denali. Yeah, this article here basically says that they're going to keep many of the songs that are safe and okay for modern time because some of those songs are inappropriate. And they've also
Oh
changed some of the
my.
stuff in the story because it's inappropriate. And they've added some new stuff to make it better for modern sensibilities. So they don't tell us what those things are. They don't even hint at them. But
Any joke by Robin Williams.
Yep.
That's, you can't repeat that.
maybe, but we know what this means. She's got to be a independent lady that doesn't need no man, and they're gonna have some song about the women's, and he's gonna be complete cucked out, and yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous. Because if you think about it, if you watched Aladdin, which most of us have, there's not a single thing wrong with that movie. That movie is really well done. Now, in the initial song, they were just kind of writing offhand about the dangers of Arabia at the time, which are historically actually accurate. But the Arabs and the Muslims got all ticked off about that, and Disney did adjust the lyrics to the da 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 da, that one.
Now speaking of that, there's been like a theory going around that, and this is not probably going to happen in the film, but you know how there was the Karate Kid theory that Johnny was the good guy and Daniel was the bad guy. There's a theory that it's actually Princess Jasmine who's actually been the villain throughout, and she's the one who got Jafar to seek the lamp, and he ended up, trying to take over because he got the lamp and didn't want to continue listening to the father.
Strong woman.
Yep.
Wow. So you're saying she's using sex to get what she wants? No.
Yep. Yeah. So we will see if there's that level of machination.
Well, no, because she can't be bad. She has to be good. And
Are you saying that a female can't be a bad guy?
Oh no, I wouldn't say that. No, I think they definitely can. They're terrifying. Think of the movie Misery. If you've ever seen the movie Misery, you would never make that statement because damn, Kathy Bates, damn.
I'm saying she has to be a noble warrior hero.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
Noble.
no, he's going to be cucked out more because you think of Aladdin. He is pretty, whiny, chasing after her, right? He's kind of like, oh, I gotta have here, I have here. He got to do everything for her. He's already soft anyway, but they're going to make him more ultra soft, and she's probably going to end up being the hero. Well, I'm sure, because that's what they do these days. Because they got to make it better. Because it's a princess movie. We can't have no damn prince movie. Because if you think about it, this is like how many prince movies do we have? Because this is like the only one that comes to my mind. But they're going to change it. It's going to become a princess movie. I guarantee you. Guarantee you.
Nobody can be Prince except for Prince.
But you know what I mean, dude. I mean, because they're usually princess movies, but this one is actually a prince movie. The other movies aren't driven by the prince; they're driven by the princess.
Oh, you're
But this
right.
one
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
Right, but they're going to change
I
it.
steal only what I can't afford because the wealthiest 1% keeps me down one step.
That's
Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
to music, even it will be.
Yes.
Watch. But here, Oscar Thayer Tosspot says, if it's that trailer, grabbing another drink to prepare. Dude, I wouldn't do that to you, man. I'd warn you. Now we got an actual trailer. It might be a really good one. I haven't seen it, but I have good hopes, high hopes for it. So, Todd, you got any comments on the debacle that is Aladdin live action?
I did see that trailer where they showed the blue Will Smith, and if you really like Will Smith, just skip this movie and watch his where he's doing what is it, Bucket List. Watch his Bucket List. Those are much better.
Yeah, Bucket List is not a bad movie at all, actually. Yeah.
No, he's doing this thing where he's turning 50, so he's doing all these Facebook
I thought you were
videos.
talking about that movie Bucket List with Morgan Freeman and who was the white dude with him in that movie? That was a good movie.
Yeah, this is just a reality thing where he did stand up for the very first time ever.
Oh God, how did that go?
It wasn't bad.
Probably
got
not.
Dave
I mean,
Chappelle.
he is funny.
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle, the legend. There you go.
He's got the monkeys. Let's see the monkeys.
Yeah, is there a monkey in this movie, by the way? Because I didn't see it in the trailer.
Yes, there is. I saw it in the trailer. But I'm not
I
going to
didn't
do that
spot it.
to our people. We're not going to watch that. No, we're not going to watch that. But there is a monkey. I saw it. Was the monkey? It was Apu, right? I wonder if they can
Apu.
still
Right.
call him Apu. That must be cultural appropriation. There must be some horrible thing there, I'm sure. So maybe the monkey will be called, George
Jake.
or Jake or Timothy, something like that. Sure. Jack Nicholson. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a good movie, dude. March Hare, thank you. But anyway, yeah, this is, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We can't judge it because we haven't seen it, but wonderful news. Good news. Thank you, Aladdin live action. Thank you. Let's watch the trailer. Goodness gracious. Now, this right here is Avengers 4 Endgame trailer 2. Go ahead. Give us the hallelujah sounds. Go ahead. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, okay. Here it goes. Here it goes. Okay. All right. Okay, okay. Okay. Shh, 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 shh. Be quiet.
Oh, Tony.
God, seems like 1,000 years
Back
ago.
to the old days.
I fought my way out of that cave,
I love the Mark 1.
became Iron Man.
Yeah.
Realized I loved you.
Forget
He's
the
got a
past.
heart.
Kill
Oh,
it
it's so
if you
sweet.
have to.
I know I said no more surprises, but I was
Love
really hoping
story.
to pull off one last one.
He's on the Benatar. Oh, yeah. See, we were right. The wolf, we were right, dude.
That was my boy.
None of us can go back.
Now, we're exactly right, dude. They're doing exactly what we thought they were going to do.
Ensemble
do is
film.
our best.
Oh, and his girl.
Now, see,
gotta
that's
fight.
better,
There's-
though.
there-
That's better.
There's
Legacy.
Kate Bishop. They're calling
It's the
her
start
Kate
of
Bishop.
love.
That's Peggy. The first Avenger woman.
Oh,
No,
Asgard.
that's,
Oh,
that's
dude,
not right.
they're doing exactly what we thought they were going to do.
die.
Bye, boring lady.
I keep telling everybody they should move
Hey,
on,
what?
Kind
She's lovely.
Someday. but not us.
Oh, she's,
And her hair is red again. Yes.
Even if there's
we
a
got to do stuff
small
though.
chance,
Look at this. All these missing
we
people.
owe this.
He just comes out of the quantum
Everybody's
zone
on
and
this
he's like,
phone.
"What are all these
Try.
people?" And her
Yeah,
hair,
right.
her hair.
We will.
Little action.
He's on War Machine. That was cool.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
That is
You
an
shoot
excellent
that
reload.
target. You teach it.
She keeps that pistol right on target the whole time.
Whatever
That's
it
great
takes.
discipline.
Yeah, no, she does look good with the gun. Uh-oh. 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 They ain't playing now.
And then the weird suits.
They ain't playing now. Black and white, yeah.
And they were coming together, all the pieces. Wait, there's another
And
piece
then-
that we need.
Yes. And it's coming right about
There's
now.
the piece.
I like this one.
Oh, nonsense
Whisper.
on top of nonsense. He just wants to get
What
it.
happened?
That's okay. I don't have no hate against Thor trying to get peace, man. I'm good with that.
So you got to take my take. You got to hear my take on this on,
All right,
on-
go
on
ahead.
Captain Marvel,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Because everybody's hating on Captain Marvel, and I realized what Captain Marvel represents. Two actual points are snuck into this one. First off, I keep hearing that why would they make a Captain Marvel movie? Because she's not a popular character. Well, it looks like we're getting the proper iteration of Captain Marvel. She's not a popular character, right?
Yeah.
Second off, when you have a group of people getting together, be it a gamer group, I don't know, an ensemble cast, a football team, there's always you got some people that get together, they really work together well, they know what's going on and everything else, and there's always one person that kind of make bad jokes, or they I don't know, they always order the pizza with the weird thing on
I
it,
know,
right?
Yeah.
That's what Captain Marvel is. She's that one. It's like, okay, you got powers, we understand that, but you're not funny. You don't get along with the rest of us, and you're I don't know. You're kind of you're kind of a B word.
Yeah.
But you know what? Come along, fight with us when we got a problem. That's who she is. She's that person.
Yeah, no, yeah. And,
So
and to be
you
honest, a
didn't
lot of
convince
us
me
though.
anything. I'm like waiting. All right, the wolf's gonna turn me around and say something.
I'm not going to turn you around. I'm offering a
redeem.
simple explanation for you just to understand. When you have a group of people like this, not everyone is good, and that you're not going to like everybody. You just have to accept them for who they are,
Yeah, sure.
and that they're trying to join in. And you just sort of you tell them, okay, yeah, that's okay, cool. Do we really want to? Okay, let's not have them. No, we're going to order pizza so that they get the weird stuff next time. We'll just order it without them. You just do that with them.
I see.
That's what Captain Marvel is.
They have a 5-minute version of the original. Wow, that's long. Yeah, no, dude. But there's one caveat to that though. I and many other people, when we heard Captain Marvel was coming, we were very excited about it. I was looking forward to it. I wanted a Captain Marvel movie, dude.
Well, I did too. That's why I keep trying to make excuses. And I'm hanging on to this one.
I shook my head and I was like, nope. And you know what? You know what that scene represented to me? That everybody's kind of glazing over. She'll be able to hold a hammer.
No.
Yes.
Oh no, they certainly will. She'll definitely hold the hammer because what he was doing was validating her in that scene. He was validating.
Yeah, he was.
And I guarantee they added that scene for just that point because they were having trouble months ago with her statements. They knew they were going to have trouble. That was to validate her. Thor said she's okay. Therefore she's part of the team, right? Did same thing.
And then she looks at him in this little belittling look. She belittles him. She kind of smirks, like as if saying, yeah, you're cute.
Because she is the B word, dude.
I know.
That's her character. That's what they decided to go with. But the problem is she is that as well. The problem is she's actually more of the C word, which is worse, right? Because you remember we were watching that little thing where she was in the car with Sam Jackson. You said, watch out. It might humanize her. Nah, dude, it made it worse. Because every time she speaks, did you see that little thing where she had questions from the fans and she was reading it in that video? And most of those were just fair, valid questions. They weren't. They were innocuous actually. And
I think you're wrong. I think
bitchy
classy,
about every single one of them, dude. She's a
I don't
nasty
think she's classy.
thing.
That's not a right C word to call her. Classy? I'm not sure.
No, I wouldn't use that one. I think I'd use the other one, the 4-letter one, right? But I'm just saying she's a nasty piece of work. Every time I see her speak, she's just nasty.
She's calm. Okay, you're right. She is calm. She's very calm.
She is.
She's
calm.
so calm.
Right.
No other emotion comes out.
Right. But no, I mean, she even got on Jimmy Kimmel and bad mouthing her cast. She didn't like working with him. She didn't like him. She just can't stop. She's just a nasty thing. Because she's an entitled little brat, just like the rest of them. That's what it comes down to. And that's what the problem. The fact that we have a Captain Marvel movie has nothing to do with anything. Most of us were like, yeah, right, cool. Let's see what they got.
But
she looked pretty there in that shot. She and then
you know what's funny? You know what's funny
there's
about
not
that?
enough of her to bring down the rest of the movie. There's not enough of her to bring down the rest of the movie because that ensemble cast, as they're representing it now, with every Easter egg going back to the originals for the past 11 years, that is going to be amazing.
I think it will be.
You know what?
And I think
enjoy it because.
Yeah, go ahead, Janelli.
I was gonna say, enjoy it because it's going to change from the future. You're seeing the past. But you know what's funny? When you mentioned about her wearing makeup, all the left and feminists and everybody, SJW, say, I can't believe you have her in a post-apocalyptic situation wearing makeup. And we're like, everybody likes to look nice,
Yeah,
even if you're going to die.
And my wife always makes those comments. Women notice that stuff. But actually, the point I wanted to make on that is, in her own movie, they'll play around and do what they want. They do their feminist story, which they did. But as we saw with Black Panther, which had a lot of racism in it, right? But when he was in Civil War, it was none of it, and he was better actually. I think
exactly.
We won't see any of that. I don't think so.
And remember, the Russo brothers. Someone asked them during an interview about Adam Warlock, if they're going to bring him in. Yeah. And they said, well, we don't really want to bring in Adam Warlock, that type of a level of a character, because we want Endgame to be all about the original cast and what they do. We don't want to have any other character outshine that. And that's exactly what we're going to see.
Well, they got overruled,
I still have
obviously.
Yeah.
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 And I'm going to come to the chat in a minute and catch up with you guys, but there is one other point since we're on this before we move on. There are a lot of accusations going around about Disney buying tickets for empty movie theaters just to simply bump up the numbers. Now that
Yeah.
would be a crazy thing if they were doing it. It's certainly not beyond the realm of possibility. But understand this, guys. There's
Tinfoil
not a
hat
shred
time.
of evidence that that is going on. What we do have as evidence, however, is that we do know that for some odd reason, these companies like Fandango and this other stuff are not refunding Captain Marvel pre-sale tickets, whereas other movies they do. They're not refunding it. So what you might have is a situation where a lot of people had pre-bought the ticket, and then all this controversy started hitting the mainstream. We've known about it for a while, but the mainstream didn't, right? And then they decided not to go. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened. I mean, Disney could have went and bought a bunch of tickets to bump that number, but there's no evidence of it, is what I'm saying. And there's a lot of people going around suggesting it as if it were truth. So we'll keep our eyes open. But I mean, unless I'm wrong, Janelle, correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen any evidence of that actually at all.
I mean, there's no concrete evidence. There's
Yeah,
more about, hearsay and, empty seats and theaters owners, or managers kind of like saying, yeah, there's a lot of tickets being sold, but nobody's showing up for them.
it is true. Yeah, but
And we're mentioning this not to say that it isn't happening. We're mentioning it to say maybe people are,
jumping
bought
the
it
gun.
but can't get it. Yeah, jumping the gun. They bought it and they don't get a refund, so they're protesting by not going
Yeah.
because they're going to lose the money anyways.
We'll keep an eye
Um,
on it and see, but the thing is,
yeah,
that's a serious accusation, right? That's kind of like insider trading accusations, and we're not like the other side who will make the most outrageous accusations about people without any proof just to discredit them because that's not cool. Because that's serious, right? If Disney actually did
yeah,
that, that would destroy their credibility. I mean, that's a serious offense. Now, it might not be illegal, but that would put a bad taste in the consumer's mouth in a big way, right?
that would hurt their brand
Horribly.
if that ever came out. Yeah,
Yeah. So, but anyway,
and
let me catch up with the
yeah,
chat real quick. Why is Thor talking about Bridget Nielsen? Right, Nick? Kenneth Brown is in here. Hello. Consume product, then be excited for next product. Well, that's the world we live in, dude. Night
I'll
Paul,
catch you later.
yeah, Night Pope says Captain Marvel should be in this movie. They should have put her in the next phase and keep this with the original cast. That would have been better, I think so. But they want to. It's the story setup because they want to use her going forward. Keep in mind she has been brought on for a 7 movie deal, right? 7 movie deal.
right.
Yeah. Um.
So, well, if you want to, if to be like the wolf, then the positive side is her being in Endgames is movie number 2, and then she only has
5 more.
5 more movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who knows what they'll do with her because of even though I think they're going to break even with their money, I'm sure they
Oh,
will, maybe even make a bit.
did he,
It's going to be tough going forward with her.
well, we were talking about that she had to make the marketing and production. They have to make about $750 million to break even. So until they make that, it's still not a profitable film.
True. No, it's
You
true.
know,
We'll have to keep an eye
yeah,
on it. But
yeah.
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with it because I know they did it on purpose, but I think it blew back on them harder than they expected. Nick W. Says Brie Larson is ridiculously gorgeous. Everybody can go see Captain Marvel. Troll. Oscar
Yeah,
Toss
I'm
Pod
definitely gonna watch Shazam. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely go
I
see
agree
that.
with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He is
Yeah.
gorgeous. It's a gorgeous. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, actually. Oscar Veritas says Kimmel saved his derriere. I don't know what you mean by that, but you talk about the interview, I'm sure. Nick W says you are all haters. Captain Marvel is the number one movie in the world. Go see Captain Marvel before Endgame. Well, I understand that you don't have to see it. Actually, it doesn't necessarily have anything important in it that is necessary for Endgame, which was a smart move on their part. March Harris says this movie is the eulogy. The MCU is dead after this. Well, we'll see, dude. We'll see. I mean, you got to keep in mind that Fantastic Four and X-Men are definitely going to play a part. Nick continues, "What Disney didn't buy tickets, those are empty rumors." Crank says, "A theater had exactly 25 no-shows 3 days in a row." Yeah, it's excuse me, something weird is going on. It is true. Night Pope said, "I meant shouldn't in my last comment." Okay. Kenneth Bryan says, "You all think they really need 750 million to break even?" I don't know if it's that high, but I don't think so. I'm thinking more around 450. But I don't really know. We never know. That's really the mystery of movie making, to be honest with
Right.
you. March Hare says, "From what I've heard, the cast doesn't care much for Captain C either." Oh, goodness gracious. Um, yeah, well, she's, like I said, she literally did the absolute thing you're not supposed to do, right, Denali? She went on a talk
Right.
show and talked bad about her cast during the opening of a freaking movie, dude. It's like, that's rule number one. And she went and did it. I mean, they must be ripped at her. They must be pissed. I mean,
What did she say? Do you know?
she said she
She
didn't
didn't
like
like.
him very much.
Really?
She was being snotty as usual. I don't think she can help it. She kind of has that resting bitch face thing going on, and she just got that "I'm better than you" entitled thing that a lot of millennials have, and it just she can't help herself, dude. She's better than everybody. Her opinion is extremely important, and she has to educate you. And she
Right.
didn't like him, so she didn't like him, and that's more important than anything else, right? That's what they do. They
Right.
got to speak their
Right.
truth, right?
Come on. Remember intersexual feminism.
Hmm.
All part of that.
Yeah, but the trailer looked good though, and I have a feeling this is. I'm sure it's going to be a good movie, because they're not, just like I mentioned with Black Panther and Civil War. They're not going to bring the propaganda they tried to put in her movie into the mainline story. They won't do that, right? So her part is going to be just a straight up part of that Captain Marvel would play. I do agree with many of the people's comments here, that I would rather have seen the original cast as the one who fixed it up and finished it out. That would have been cooler. But it is what it is, I guess. What do you think, Todd? You haven't really weighed in on the situation.
Yeah. It's just, you know what? It's a movie,
It
so
is. That's right. It is. It's
you know what
just
I
a
mean.
movie. Yeah.
It doesn't really. I'm looking forward to Avengers, right? So I got to see that, but either I see Captain America at some point. I mean, Captain Marvel at some point, and that's fine. But I don't make these movies. I know a little bit about Hollywood.
Mhm.
A lot of people scream, "Oh, that's not, anywhere near the source material," and stuff like that. I don't really get involved in that because Hollywood doesn't think like that. There isn't a writer in Hollywood doesn't think he's a better writer than any comic book writer on the planet. So they're never going to give you exactly what you want or what you think you're going to get. You might see flashes. Oh, that looks like that's going to be Dark Knight Batman. And you never really got that story. As much as you got pieces of Dark Knight visuals, you never got a Dark
Mhm.
Knight story. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. And
So,
and sometimes they have to do that for the movie making, but other times it's just arrogance. You're right. Yeah.
right. They're very arrogant in Hollywood. They're never going to admit that they can't make a better movie than any comic book,
No, of
or
course
write a
not.
better movie.
Yeah.
It's just never going to happen.
Yeah. And your first point is true. Is the most valid one. It is just a movie. I mean, if we weren't doing a daily show where we're going to talk about things that are comic related and all the news that she just wonderfully and thankfully gave us day after day, I mean, I wouldn't even talked about it. What do I care? It's just some
Right.
another stupid Hollywood person. What do I care? But of course, we talk about it here because that's what we do, and it's we make it try to make it as entertaining as we can. And she does bring entertainment. We have to thank her for that because her nasty disposition makes for great news, great media, great interaction, right? So thank you,
Right.
Brie Larson.
Right.
I mean, you're not all. I mean, we can think of plenty of movies where they picked the wrong person.
Hmm.
George Clooney wasn't a good
Yep,
Batman.
yep.
Uh, Val Kilmer wasn't a great Batman, but he could have been. I don't understand. The movie was really the shortcomings and not so much his acting. But you know what I mean? It's just this is the way it goes, and they're going to pick the hottest person at the time, or they think the trendiest up and coming person
True.
at the time. You're never going to get those sort of dream casts that you go, oh, that'd be perfect if they made a Dark Knight movie with Michael Keaton. Oh, it would be. We'd love it.
Chester's
But-
my Dreamcast.
You know,
You
you'll
mean
never.
you mean I'll never
Hey,
see
Brad,
a
what's up?
movie with Danny McBride as Brian Dundee, the son of the original Dundee,
Yeah.
going to Australia.
That was awesome. I love those trailers. Yeah.
It's like you're saying there's no Santa Claus. Are you telling me there's no Santa Claus? My
There's-
mind is blown.
I'll be your Santa Claus tonight.
Now, Brad, you're really low.
Oh,
You probably
oh.
want to speak into the mic a little bit more. But now, Denali, when we were watching the trailer, you said Kate Bishop. Now, I'm wondering, is this Kate Bishop or is that his daughter?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's his daughter, but
I
a
think
lot of
so.
people are saying no, that's Kate Bishop. You know, handing the reins over to her because why wouldn't it make more sense for that?
Yeah, because
And
they're
I'm
they're
like-
turning him into Ronin in this movie, and who
Yeah.
knows if he'll survive it. But I think this is what they should have done in the comics. Actually, it should have been his daughter. Make it a legacy character, right? Instead of what they did. What they did was the absolute opposite of what they should have done. It was disgusting what they done with Hawkeye, actually. But him training his daughter and stuff, that's cool. That's a cool character handoff, right? I don't
Right.
know. I'm just guessing, but I really think that's his daughter, and that's how you should do that, right?
Right. I'm
And he-
hoping that it is
Yeah, me too.
because I'm getting trauma from reading that West Coast Avenger that you made us read those months back.
You'll never forgive me for that, will you?
No, never.
Thundero says Dillard is over on Malin right now pushing Tales from Beyond the Gate. Cool. Well, that's his job. He is the boss.
Awesome. Yeah.
And at least then that's good because he's not over here bugging us. God. So Brad, you're being quiet over there, Brad. Give us your Avengers thing so I can opinion so I can move on. Endgame opinion. Wow. Okay, Brad. I gave you a chance, man. He's muted or something. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on then.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, now you're back. All right, go ahead.
I forgot. Like, I was actually answering you, but I totally did a boomer move. But okay, Avengers looks dope as hell.
Yeah, it does.
I cannot wait to see this. I want to watch this really badly, but this is my last movie for Marvel. I will not see another one in the theater again.
Why?
I just don't want to put up with bullcrap anymore. I only want to read products I want to read, watch media I'm going to watch. This built up. This is going to be a crescendo, and I'll be out after it's done.
Well, hopefully it's the perfect ending because they've done a wonderful job up to now. I mean, sure, not all the movies are amazing, but they're all at least good. And
Yep.
they've told an incredible story. I mean, this is something, we're looking at this will be the 22nd movie, I think. The Endgame, 22nd,
Right.
21st.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Yep. Mhm.
And look at what they've created for us. I mean, take that in mind. And we understand that the whole Brie Larson thing is frustrating, and it's just unfortunate that they gave a mouthpiece to such a nasty human. But beyond that, though, look what they've given us. Could you ever imagine, Todd, when we were young, that we would get 20 plus really cool Marvel
Yeah,
movies?
no
dude?
way, dude. No
All
way.
right. And how many Spider-Man movies, right?
Oh, okay. We're not talking about Spider-Man.
No, but you know what I mean. I mean, we've seen superheroes come to life.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have, and
exactly.
it's very
We
cool.
talked about it like it'll never happen. When the
Mhm.
Roger Corman
Fantastic Four.
Four
Yeah.
movie. I even got to see it within like a year when it was made because we had a connection to somebody that worked for him, and
Oh, that's cool.
and
Pretty bad.
we thought that was something. Even as bad as it was, we thought, oh my god, this is going to be great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
We
yeah,
just
the Human
saw
Torch
the
looked cool.
possibilities.
But, yeah.
That's what we saw. We saw, oh my god, there is a possibility for this.
Yeah, and it has been really
Mhm.
cool. And there's a lot of those little moments for us older dudes. I mean, like these smartphones we walk around with. I mean, they still amaze me. I know the young people are like, yeah, boomer. Yeah, but no, dude. I grew up having a ton of numbers in my head and turning a dial on a freaking wall on a phone, dude. I mean, that's what I grew up with. So there's a lot of these little things that we never thought we'd see, and we are seeing them. And this is one of those. The fact that we have this many amazing like Marvel movies, because when we were young, they had tried many times Captain America, other stuff, Wonder Woman, and it just never really worked. And it was always done hokey, and it was always done in a jokey way. They never took it serious. And we do have to give a thanks to things like Blade and Batman, which showed that hey, you can do a serious take on a superhero, and Marvel took it and kept it. They didn't go the realistic route that they did with Christopher Nolan, but they didn't go the full on spandex either. But they found that happy medium that worked really really well. So I'm thankful for it, to be honest with you.
Well, and I mean, listen to you guys, and I think one of the reasons why a lot of people are upset is like we're following our favorite team, and they just got a black eye
Yeah,
because they were close to having a perfect game, and Captain Marvel kind of broke that streak.
yeah, and they went and hired
You
Boomer Esiason. That's what they did. Damn it.
Yeah.
That
So
was a
that.
football joke, by the way. Just
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm,
right.
football joke.
mm-hmm,
It was not a very good one either.
It
mm-hmm.
was a good one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
Anyway, let's move on. But
yeah.
let's move on to something happy. Oh, look at this. Oh, go ahead, Janelli.
Shazam looks to strike lightning with 45 million opening. So that's Thursday night. Pet Cemetery eyes mid 20 million plus on early trackings.
Okay. Well, now let's deal with Pet Cemetery first. Now, first of all, why are you remaking Pet Cemetery anyway? I mean, honestly, what is the point of that? I don't get it. Now, I've been watching the actual progression of that on some of the movie channels I watch, but why? I don't get it. Anybody have any comment on Pet Cemetery being rebooted? I mean, really?
Because they can do it better.
You
I can
think?
do it better. I can do it better than the last guy. Remember what we just talked about? Hollywood guys thinking that they're better than other people. They have to
Mhm.
prove it.
I guess, and keep in mind with the Pet Cemetery, they've done a lot of swapping and modern sensibility in that movie. By the way, get
Oh yeah.
ready, yeah,
Oh yeah.
because
Poor cat.
that was actually a pretty good flick, especially the ending. I won't spoil it, but I like Pet Cemetery. You guys like Pet Cemetery?
I
Yeah.
never watched it.
The one thing that they never put in the movie that I kind of was a little bit shocked because in the book there's a Wendigo, a type of like a Wendigo demon type of thing that is the main antagonist. In the movie they cut it completely out, right? And they went with just the random unknown evil spirit type of thing. But I don't know. And of course the other thing is Shazam, 45 million opening day. Yeah, why not? I mean, if Captain Marvel's going to make that kind of money, this a lot more people excited about this one.
Yeah, I think Shazam's gonna make more than that. I
Yeah, no,
really
I
think
agree,
so.
March here. Pet Cemetery did not need a remake. Yeah. No other
Yeah.
comments, Todd?
Well,
No.
No, I don't think so either. You know what? Do you remember the first one? You remember the little kid actor?
I did. Yeah, I do. I love that movie.
He did an excellent job
Yeah, he did.
being. It was pretty freaky. It was one of the movies that, like, I was young and it kind of freaked me out.
Yeah, like
Uh,
Cujo.
right.
Mhm.
So Pet Cemetery, it wasn't even that. It's not even that good of a concept that it needs to be remade.
No.
I mean, you bury pets and they come back to life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and of course they don't have Herman Munster. That and the movie is no good
That's
without him.
right. He was the neighbor, right?
He
Or
was,
like,
dude. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know whether remaking it. And Shazam, I think, will do fine, even though he came out and made that stupid statement because he listened to a bunch of people and didn't bother to do his research. Chuck. Damn it, Chuck. And that is a muscle suit, Chuck. I don't care what you have to say, dude. It's everyone knows it's a muscle suit. Okay, okay. But he
Oh, he
just
still
wanted to
has
show.
pictures. There's pictures of him where he's actually pretty ripped. He did get in shape for the
He did.
show, but
He did.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's definitely wearing a muscle shirt though.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. And that's cool. And they spent $1 million on those suits. And how many did they make again, Denali? It was like a bunch
10.
of $10 million on these suits, dude. Talk about somebody wasting money. It's kind of for me, it feels kind of like the government spending 400, $500 on a hammer. I think there's a lot of glad handing that goes on in Hollywood, dude.
Oh, there totally is.
Yeah.
It's got to be. But they have a video. There's not just a making of this suit. They did it with Batman. They showed how they made Batman's suit on YouTube. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but they didn't spend no
The
$1 million
company did it.
on it.
No, but it's the same company who made that one.
Oh,
So,
did it? Oh, wow. They're
yeah,
getting
it's pretty
paid now.
cool. Yeah.
But
So,
anyway, I have no interest in seeing Pet Cemetery remake at all. It's just that sounds dumb to me. And once again, it goes to prove the '80s rocked. Now, Denali likes to tell you all that I'm stuck in the '80s, and thank God I am. Right?
that's true.
Radio killed the
I got something for you tonight for
video.
Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition then.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah. Some 80s stuff. Yep.
80s stuff. Cool. Yeah, no, we have to make
Yep.
a decision on exactly what we're doing. I think we'll probably do the same thing. I mean, I didn't get to see the Drone Recorder Pro.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters? No.
You missed the pro?
I was too
You-
busy working on getting stuff done for the project, right?
The
So
pro was so good.
I saw little pieces here or there. What was their subject was like Batman plus anything. So it was anything related to Batman, right?
Yeah, Batman plus one. So it's a two-person.
Oh,
two.
then it
Two
makes
characters.
perfect sense because there's a comic book that has a Batman crossover with Ghostbusters. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do any plus one you wanted.
There you go. All right, cool. Then we'll stick to that for sure on the that sounds fun. We'll stick to that on the fan edition, which we do need to wrap up here because I need to go prepare for that because I got another show right after this one. Let me see. This
Yep.
right here will be our last little thing, and this is not much here. It's just simply an introduction. So go ahead, Denelli.
Exclusive. Matt Warner Grendel returns in 2019. They're releasing a omnibus of that works. So hooray for those who enjoy that work.
I did read some Grendel. Do we have any Grendel fans here?
Grendel was good. What I read in the 90s. So
No, I never read it.
late 80s, early 90s.
Now, this picture they chose to show is not. They shouldn't have chosen this one. This is not indicative of Grendel. They should
No.
not have had this picture with him with a helmet on.
The ninja one where he has the staff and
Yes,
the two.
this- I don't know why they chose this for the. I don't get it, but
Because they don't know the character, so they just chose
obviously.
any random.
yeah. But it was fun. I do remember it very clearly. And Stephen Girding, do your job. Damn it, CBR. All right. Well,
You're
anyway,
expecting
guys.
too much. You're expecting them to actually do a good job. when
It
they're
seems
CBR.
so, right?
Right.
But anyway, guys, of course, we always want to mention Indicron, sponsor of this show. We thank Pixel Trader very much for all his help. And, of course, a lot of the stuff we got running, like the Streamlabs and all this stuff, he helped me set up everything here. So it's I certainly appreciate that. And, of course, it's really cool, too, because you can see all the upcoming stuff. And there's some really cool looking stuff coming. And there's some cool stuff going on. Of course, we have George's Joe King. He is funded, so congratulations to George. We also have Brad's, handyman. So definitely go check that
That's
out.
true.
And one of our
It's on
mods could
Indiegogo.
on Indiegogo. If one of our mods could please drop that into the chat so people go check out that. And of course, we also have Tales from Beyond the Gate. And we definitely need you guys to go over and back that. What?
Who's in that book? Tales from Beyond the Gate.
I don't know.
Well, you
not
got
me,
a lot
though.
of people, including you, me, and Denali, that are sitting here, and of course, John is sitting over John Malin right now, trying to John Dillard, of course, trying to sell that. But yeah, no, that's a great book. That's got a ton of people on it, a lot of great talent. Definitely go check that out. And it's 160 pages plus for $30. I mean, come on. Right? That's a really good deal. But anyway, guys, thank you all very much for coming over today. And let me go over and switch back over to the hangout so we can see everyone's lovely faces.
Icons, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Icons.
the icons.
Okay. Get specific. Thank you very much, Brad. Brad's always so helpful.
I try to be as helpful as possible to those around me. Yeah.
And of course, join us tomorrow because tomorrow we will be. I think DeWolf's. I think DeWolf's going to go off a little bit, which we
Yep.
don't usually do over here. But he's fuming about some things, and I have a feeling it's yeah. I think I'm just going to shut up and back up.
What?
What happened to him? Why did he leave?
Oh, he had to go
Oh.
pick up his kids. But I mean, tomorrow
Yeah.
for a fan speak, he does his chairman and his chairman's speech, and I have a feeling it's going to be spicy. Yeah.
Yeah, just a
That's a
little bit.
spicy bit
I
meatball.
already know what's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I mean, and we, like I said, we don't usually deal with drama over here at all because it's not what we're here to do, right? We just totally leave it alone, and he will be reasonable. I don't think he'll go too deep, but yeah, join us tomorrow for that because I have a feeling you're going to see the chairman go off a bit. But oh well,
Oh, I'll be here for it. Yeah, don't worry.
yeah, it is what it is, right?
I have an
And-
announcement for you, gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Martina Markova, Lady Alchemy, is a variant cover on Joe King.
Oh, sweet. That is cool.
If you want to see what the cover looks like, just go over to the Indiegogo campaign through IndieCron, of course, and you'll be able to see the cover without the window dressing of the logos and stuff.
Awesome.
that's
So
cool.
check
Go
it out.
that out, guys.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
it's available. It's available to anybody, no additional cost. Just back the campaign at any level, and you will have at the option at the end of the campaign when I send a questionnaire out. Would you like Martina's cover or would you like George's cover? Pick Martina. Pick Martina.
That is cool. Yeah, that is cool. And Thunderos over here is upset with me. I do apologize. Thunderos says, "You won't let me go off. You censor my rage." Yeah, because the DeWolf won't have any rage. It'll be laser knife edged. It won't have rage at all, dude. You and I need to censor ourselves, which we do. Because what we do over here on this show, as you guys know, we don't do drama, and we're not going to do drama because that's not what we're here for. You know.
Correct.
So, anyway.
Yep.
You got that one. I mentioned George. I mentioned Brad's handyman.
Who's our
Check
guest
it
for
out.
tomorrow? Who's our guest for tomorrow?
And our guest for tomorrow actually
Mhm.
is going to be the guys that are from excuse me, the guys that are from the Forsaken Goddess crew will be over here with us, and they'll be talking about that project that's on Indiegogo, which you can find through IndieCron as well. But that's going to be fun to talk with them. We always enjoy talking to new creators and the people who are putting out the Indiegogos to give them support, of course, but also to learn more. I mean, every time we talk to a creator, we're learning something here, right? We're gaining knowledge. We're seeing mistakes made, or we're seeing clever things done, or what have you. So for us, it's really cool to be able to talk to all these creators. And if you think about who we've spoken to over the past 6-7 months, it's quite impressive. I'm really happy from all the things I've learned because, I've said this before, but I'll say it again, dude. I mean, I've read comics my entire life, right? But in the past 6 months, I've learned more about comics than I did in that entire time. So I'm really happy with what we're doing over here, and just for myself, it's a really cool thing for me unto itself,
Absolutely. I mean, it's tools to learn. It shows that if you have a mind to it, you can have it done. You can produce your own works.
That's right. That's exactly right, and that's what Tales from Beyond the Gate is all about, right? It's a bunch of
Right.
these people that have put, in many cases, decades into honing their craft, and becoming really good at what they do, and then having an opportunity to make their own comic. I mean, think about that. Do you know how excited I am to get this project funded and to have an actual comic book in my hand? Now, I've published stuff before, but it's all academic. But those didn't excite me. It was more duty, responsibility. But to actually have a comic book in my hand that I had something to do with, dude, that's freaking awesome, man. That is awesome. Yeah. And it goes to show you anybody can do it. And that's a cool thing, and we like to support that, and that's why the Forsaken guys will be with us tomorrow, because we want to support that thinking, and we know you guys do too. That's why you come and join us every day, and we love your support, and we thank you very, very much. But unfortunately, we come to the end here, because I do need to go prep the fan edition, and we hope you come back for that. But Denali, take us out, man.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us. Hope to catch you for the next show with Drawn in Quarter Fan Edition. See what crazy shenanigans these guys will be up to. But as always, your perception shapes your reality, so always make it a good one.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Later, guys.
Later.
Flat Earth is round.
Oh my god.